As a physician assistant and a mom of 4, I think that I can confidently say that I know what baby products are a must and ones that are a big waste of money. Because there were some baby things that I had that I never touched. But then there were some items that I thought that I didn't need, but I wished that I had them every day. And that's what I'm going to share with you today. And stick with me because halfway through, I'm going to show you the tool that I wish that I had from day one that would have made all of this so much easier. But first, if you are new here, welcome to Diana in the Pink. On this channel, we talk about pregnancy, women's health, babies, and also a big thank you to Babylist, the sponsor of today's video. I'm really excited to talk about them with you in a bit. But first, let's jump into the baby stuff that I regret not buying. Starting off with number 1, which is a bottle sterilizer. I didn't buy one because honestly, I didn't want an extra appliance cluttering up my counter. I figured, you know what, I've got my stove, I have a pan, I can just boil my bottles. But looking back, it was actually kind of a pain in the butt. Waiting for the water to boil, watching the clock, burning my fingers, fishing out the parts with tongs. It was a big hassle, and it would have been so nice to just push a button and then walk away and then come back and have all of my bottles and pumping equipment sterilized. If I could go back, I would have definitely gotten a sterilizer. Next is a portable changing pad. And with my first baby, I carried one of those huge diaper bags packed full of crap that I didn't actually need, but wanted to, you know, be prepared. But it seemed like the more kids that I had, the less I wanted to lug around with me everywhere that I went. But no matter what, I always needed diapers, diaper wipes, a change of clothes, and a diaper pad to change the baby on. So I wish that I had one of those portable diaper changing pads that have compartments for the diapers, the cream, the wipes, and like I said, a change of clothes. You could just grab that whenever I was going to the park or the church or anywhere really quick. You can also throw the changing pad right into the diaper bag if you have the other things that you want to take with you, but having that convenient changing pad would have been really nice. And that's the kind of thing that I just didn't know as a first-time mom. I was figuring it out as I went. And honestly, I wish I had something that helped me plan smarter from the beginning. I remember being 8 months pregnant with my first, so it was quite a while ago. I was at the store and I think I was in the car seat aisle or maybe the medical kit aisle. I can't remember, but I was pacing back and forth in the aisle, not sure what I needed, but feeling the time crunch because the baby was only a month away. I was by myself and I sat down on that little display shelf behind me and I started to cry at Target all by myself. And I realized that with all of my medical background in women's health and pregnancy, none of it really prepared me for trying to figure out how to be ready for that little baby. And that's actually why I'm really excited to partner with Babylist for this video. If you've never used Babylist before, it's a modern baby registry, but it's also so much more than that. It's basically your one-stop hub for everything baby. Planning tools, product guides, a super flexible registry, and even support services. First off, unlike Amazon or Target or any other places that you can register, you're stuck with whatever products that they carry. Babylist is a universal register, which means you can add anything from any store, Target, Amazon, Etsy, small shops, even services like a postpartum doula or house cleaning or meal delivery. It can even let friends or family contribute cash or offer gently loved baby items that they've already had and wanted to pass along to you. So let me show you real quick how it works. So you're not just locked into one store's product list. You build your registry around what you actually need and want, not what one single store wants to sell to you. So whether this is your first baby or your fourth, Babylist makes it so much easier to plan with, register, and then feel good about what you are adding to your list. So you can click the link in the video description to start your free registry. It just takes a few minutes and it really is so helpful, not only to you, but for all of your friends and your family that want to be able to help you out with your baby. And now back to my list, number 3, which is a Duna car seat. Now, not very often do I point out specific brands, but I'm going to make an exception here. Now, I actually did buy a Duna car seat, but not until after my fourth was born and she was already several months old before I actually did. And as soon as I used it for the first time, I kicked myself for not having purchased it with baby number 1. So if you're not familiar with the Duna car seat, it transforms from a car seat into a stroller in seconds. You just click a button and the wheels pop out. It's pretty cool. What I had instead for all my other kids was one of those strollers that you click your car seat right into, but the strollers were bulky and it took up a lot of space in my trunk and it was kind of a pain to get into and out of my trunk. So short trips to the store, I ended up just carrying it. And I know that newborn babies plus the car seat does not weigh that much, but those kids grow really fast and they get heavy really quickly. Trust me on that one. I loved my Duna so much that I actually put off switching my baby out of the Duna car seat for as long as I could. She was literally lurching out of the car seat before I finally made the transition. into the next size up car seat. My next regret is that I didn't buy fragrance-free, dye-free baby laundry detergent. Now, my babies didn't have sensitive skin and they didn't get rashes from dyes or fragrances, so it never really felt like I needed to, but looking back, while it didn't make a visible difference on their skin, it would have made a difference to me. I realized that just because my baby didn't react, it doesn't mean that I shouldn't be exposing their tiny little systems to all of those chemicals, and I wish I had thought of that sooner. Next is a hands-free breast pump. Now, when I had my first baby 17 years ago, I got one of those top-of-the-line breast pumps, which meant a giant tote bag, a plug-in cord, and having to physically hold everything in place while I was pumping. And I never upgraded, and I really regret that. Now they are hands-free, they're portable, they're quiet, and they're also covered by insurance. And by the way, Babylist Health helps you navigate qualifying for a free breast pump through your insurance, which is really cool. Now I missed that upgrade entirely, so if you're planning on breastfeeding or pumping or even thinking about it, put a hands-free pump on your Babylist. Honestly, your back and your arms and your sanity will thank you. Next regret is not buying a Haka. Now, I did not make a lot of breast milk, so every drop was really valuable to me, which is why it still makes me sad that I did not spring for a Haka. Every time I nursed on one side, milk would leak out on the other, and I didn't realize that I could catch and save that milk. So a Haka is a simple silicone pump that suctions onto your breast and collects milk while you are breastfeeding on the other side. There's no wires, there's no noise, it just collects the ounces of that golden juice, because in situations like me where every drop counts, it would catch every drop. These last three I'm gonna go through a little bit quicker. First is burp cloths. Now I did have burp cloths, but I wish that I had bought a lot more. You think you have enough, you don't, because you're gonna run through them a lot. Also, I wish I had purchased a white noise machine with my first. It helped my other babies sleep better. It blocked out noises from the older kids. Really, really helpful. The last thing that I want to mention is not actually for your baby, but it is for you, and that is a postpartum care kit, because you've got to remember to take care of your baby's caretaker. That's you. Most postpartum care kits usually include things like mesh undies and padsicles, peri bottles. You're gonna need that stuff because it helps a lot. I didn't buy them. I rationed the mesh undies from the hospital, and then they give you a peri bottle at the hospital, but it shoots downwards. But the nicer ones kind of angle back, so it's easier to use the peri bottle. And then I ended up just making my own padsicles, which worked, but it was kind of a pain. It would have been so much easier just to have a postpartum kit that had all of that stuff. Oh, and by the way, you can actually add postpartum kits and other stuff for you on your Babylist registry. They really thought of everything to help simplify baby preparation. And again, thank you to Babylist for sponsoring this video. I will link to their website in the video description. Look, it's totally free and it's so helpful. I really do hope that you check them out. And if you want to see more of my videos about pregnancy, women's health, and babies, subscribe. And if this is your first time to my channel, check out my pregnancy playlist. I will walk you through pregnancy week by week. It's very detailed, it's very informative, and I'm going to link to that right here. Click on that and I will see you over there.